So there's some sort of message that wants to come through tonight. I got the strongest feeling to do this reading. So I have my OG words of clarity in my hand. I have the little prince. I have the parrot. I have the muse. And I have the combo deck of the Wild Unknown and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirits. So we might use them all. They're all right here on call, ready to roll. And let's see. Let me use the words of clarity to see what is this message about. I'm looking for a word of clarity to tell us what kind of message we're to do at this time. Ooh, payoff. Payoff. They want to talk about the payoff. We like payoff energy. It's at the bottom of the deck. Angel number 2244 is at the bottom of the deck. The signs will light the way. Opportunities and assistance, spiritual services are successful. Consider your options and choose what aligns with your life, purpose, and soul mission. Patience allows ripening of divine timing and synchronistic rendezvous of co-creative components. Wow. So, spiritual assistance is available, and spiritual services are successful. So, whatever you've been doing in spiritual work, it's payoff time. Ooh. Do you like horchata? I'm drinking horchata. No tipsy tarot tonight. We're sober. I'm just saying. We sober on this overnight tarot. Just in case you were wondering. Like Stone Cold sober. Stone Cold sober like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's go ahead and use the Muse tarot like an oracle as well. Let's get a message about this payoff and how spiritual services are successful. Opportunities and assistance. What is this about? What do you want to talk about? What is this important message that needs to get through right now? What is this about? Okay. Ooh, the Empress. Yo. Yes, the Empress. Ooh, she has the universe within her. Everything is within you. Wow. The Empress. I want to see what the book has to say about this Empress from this deck. I mean, Empresses first off start with Taurus Libra energy. Empress is she's my harvest time card. So she goes very well. It's harvest time when the Empress comes out. She goes very well with the payoff that came out. She is mother. She is divine feminine. She is love. She's growth. She's fertility. She's birth. She's beauty. She's beautiful. You're beautiful. That's for sure. Don't ever think you're nothing, 'cause that's not for sure. Okay. The Empress, keywords, nurturing energy. Hold on, let me hold this so y'all can see it while I read about it. Okay. Nurturing energy, mothering love from the universe, Gaia and the divine feminine, fertility, healing, self-love, compassion, creating a path that is healing for yourself and for others, unbridled creativity. The prompt is fruit from the creatrix. Dripping with creation, the Empress strolls gracefully in her garden of ideas. She whistles tones of sacred geometry and spirals her voice into beautiful new patterns and timelines. Seeds spark, plants begin to shoot, and from somewhere across the distance, she hears the voices of singing children who are dancing their futures to life. Smiling, she pulls her hood back and showers their paths with new energy. Planets, worlds, lives, and loves spiral out auspiciously from her star seed core, and they spiral out to you. You can access this ancient creator energy and birth your creations from your most readily available resource, love. You are made of the same fairy dust and shaped from the elements that originated from deep within her Big Bang heart. Use her musings to bring your most exquisite visions into being. Her golden seeds are, after all, everywhere. Or wait, did you think those seeds were lemons? She muses, what a wonderfully perfect day for some lemonade. All the creative and all the dreams, bubbles and musings from earth. Life full of creation, she flows from the seams, spillings and brewings of birth. Wow. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. So we have the Empress coming out. What's at the bottom of the Muse deck? The bottom of the deck is the Six of Materials. The Six of Materials. This is the Six of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. This is about sharing and giving and receiving. This is flow. This is an energy exchange. This is an energy exchange. There has been an energy exchange here. Let's see what's at the message from the book from this. Okay. Six of Materials. Rawl, thank you for your suggestion. My email is in the thing because this chat won't save. So if you email me that, then I can put that on my list of things to do. I would love to do that reading for you. All right. So Six of Materials. Keywords. Oh, I want you to be able to see the card while I read it. Keywords for the Six of Materials. Giving and receiving. It's like word for word. The flow of abundance, being charitable, accepting help from others, power and balance, sidestepping a miserly mindset. The prompt is may it rain roses. The muse whispers, sacred mirrors are all around, and when the energy flows in perfect balance, all parties are served, loved, found, helped, seen, appreciated, and empowered. She reminds us that we live in a duality that strives to distribute resources and power between the states of having and having not, and between gifting and being gifted. She shows you that needing to receive and needing to give aren't all that different. Aside from your perception of who you think you are when you are standing in either spot. Imbalances of energy can arise from holding on to things too tightly, stagnation, and not being able to hold on to them at all. And both states can stem from a mindset rooted in scarcity. Give freely, share, open your gentle generosity, and consciously create your gift of time, energy, and money. Kind drops of generosity, prosperity to make. This flow state lends porosity, I give all that I can take. Hello, Nomi. Welcome. So this is about giving and receiving. It's about sharing. It's about your generosity. So you've been very generous. And because you've been very, very generous, you're in a period of the flow of abundance. Yes, of harvest time. It's payoff time. Payoff time for what? Because your spiritual services are successful with angel number 2244. Some of you have been seeing those numbers 22 and 44, repeating twos and repeating fours. Yes. Let's see what wants to be added to this message from the Parrot Tarot. This deck is unique because it has 82 cards instead of 78. They added the mentors into this deck, and I really like them because they specifically come in as educators. They're educator cards. They're cards of teaching and learning in the different suits. So, what can you tell us about this payoff? Show us more about this payoff. What else can you share with us about the payoff that we're discussing? I like that payoff. And it's like payoff for your spiritual work that you've been doing. You know, this is giving me the energy because before in the tarot, right? So before the Six of Pentacles is the Five of Pentacles, and that's that card of lack and limitation, feeling not enough. It's a card of poverty. It's a card of difficulty manifesting in the physical realm due to lack of spiritual awareness, lack of spiritual guidance, lack of connection with spirit. And in the Six of Pentacles, like that has been righted. So some of you will resonate with doing a huge shift to your energy of prosperity. No longer really feeling left out in the cold, no longer feeling abandoned, no longer feeling not enough. Now feeling prosperous and abundant, and you know, it's they're reminding me of some conversations I had. It's like some people have been really adversely affected, a lot of people really, through COVID. Whoa, snap. But there are many who are in this Empress energy through COVID, you guys. Empress just came out again. Whoa. Okay, divine feminine energy. Okay, well, prosperity, health, good love, and good love. I hear that song. Wow, I'm just floored right now. Oh my god, the bottom of the cards. Look, what's at the bottom of the cards is the Hierophant, that spiritual authority. See, I told you. Like somewhere in the recent past, you guys have been feeling in the past, like I'm getting like 2019, 2018, 2017 energy, and you like been really working, right? To change your vibration of abundance and prosperity and wealth, and really just tune yourself to spirit, knowing that if you're right with spirit, everything in your physical world has to reciprocate, reflect that back to you. Yeah, reflect, not reciprocate. So it's interesting what's happening tonight. Wealth, prosperity. We got the second Empress, a different deck, one card from each deck. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, so hi Sophie, welcome back. Well, Nomi says, got a message from the divine saying give them a chance to choose for change, looking for win-win scenario. Okay, thank you for sharing that. What's happening tonight is the Empress, the divine feminine, is turning up because she came out. I'm just doing one card, guys. I have Oh my God. Okay, look. I am, whoa. These readings these days, like, have you been, whoa. These readings these days are so powerful. Okay, so from my OG Words of Clarity, we had Payoff come out of the deck. The bottom of the deck was angel number 2244. And what kept standing out was over here where I wrote, spiritual services are successful. So it's like the spiritual work you've been doing is successful. Opportunities and assistance. The signs will light the way. Consider your options and choose what aligns with your life purpose and soul mission. Patience allows ripening of divine timing and synchronistic rendezvous of co-creative components. And then Nomi gets on here and says, got a message from the divine saying, give them a chance to choose for change, looking for win-win scenario. Whoa. And then from the Muse Tarot, we had the Empress come out with the 6 of materials at the bottom of the deck. That's totally payout. This is totally harvest time. Then from the Parrot Tarot, we have the Empress again with the Hierophant at the bottom, which is the spiritual authority. And we're just talking about the 5 of materials, which would come before the 6 of materials. It's like, you guys have, we've changed our wealth vibration, we've changed our love vibration. Like, the 5 of Pentacles is lacking that spiritual connection. It's not lacking anymore, because now we have the Hierophant coming out at the bottom of the deck, and that is the spiritual authority. Oh my gosh, I want to see what the it's not a book from the Parrot Tarot. It's a sheet, but I want to read specifically these card messages from here. So hold on, because, you know, I can tell you, but it's, okay, keywords. And there are reversals in this deck of the Parrot Tarot, and they both came out upright. So I'm only going to read the upright keywords. It says, beauty, happiness, pleasure, success, marriage. Whoa. Okay. So those are the keywords for the Empress. The bottom of the deck we had was the Hierophant, and that's the spiritual authority. That is the wedding officiant. This is the one who is the spiritual guide for others, who others can come to freely for guidance. And this is big finance. This is tradition. This is somebody who is always trying to do what's right. This is big commitment energy. The Hierophant and the keywords here says tradition, conformity, conventional wisdom, orthodoxy, bureaucracy. Okay. So let's use now, I have the little, the Tarot of the Little Prince. Wow. Nomi says, even the reversal that's a negative is meant to be read in a positive way from the divine's point of view, because sometimes you got to lose to become a boss. Let me see. I can see what you're saying. With everything, there's always a duality, is what I'm hearing. So yes, because if there's a loss, if there's a negativity, at the same time there's also its opposite polarity is present. It's just like, whenever you pose a question, the solution is there. Whenever you have a problem, the solution is there. Whenever the question is posed, the answer is there. It's just about what are we tuned to. And so in reading cards, it's extremely important to be open to the polarity. So this is why I would say, unless I get it strongly, otherwise from spirit, I would say 99% of the readings, if I'm reading the low vibration, I'm going to also channel the high vibration. There is been a few occasions they're saying where it just is what it is. Get the message and deliver it. You know what I'm saying? But even in any low vibrational situation, like, that's where we get the light. That's where we get the truth. That's where we get our power. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, anyways, okay. Oh boy. What is the message for us? Help us understand this payoff, which is what we're using all 3 decks for. Whoa. The Lover's card. This is big Gemini energy. This is sacred unions, divine partnerships. This is passion. This is real passion and love here. The lovers are here, so obviously you could be dealing with lovers. And there are a lot of, I've read where, there's traditional beliefs of the lovers presents a choice in love. And sometimes I get choices off of the lover's card, a decision to love or not to love, to be loved or to not be loved, to do it or not to do it. Do I go with my heart or do I go with my head? I understand and I agree with you, Nomi. So let's see what's the bottom of the deck here. Wow. At the bottom of the deck here, and I did say I had reversals. We have the Ace of Wands, and it is in reverse. In this deck, because of the imagery, I get a recoiling energy off of this card all the time. Now, the Ace of Wands is the seed of a new beginning. It's the spark of a new thing. It's a new energy. It's new life. It's new vitality. It's in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So it's like somebody didn't take an opportunity for new life, new vitality, a new beginning, a fresh start is what I'm getting. Hi, Risa Mas. And then the snake is a creature that has to shed its skin. I was watching a Minnow Pond reading. You guys ever watch a Minnow Pond channel? I like Minnow Pond. I like his readings. I can never remember his name, but I know Minnow Pond. He was talking about how when he was a teenager, he worked at a pet store. I think he said teenager. Anyways, when he was younger, he worked at a pet store. And I learned something from him about snakes. He said that he never got bit by a snake unless it was shedding skin time. Then the snake would bite. So this is coming up. So maybe with the reversal here, there was the shedding of the skin. So there could be a new beginning, right? And the snake bit. The snake may have bit whatever, because that was coming up to my mind. And I just watched this Minnow Pond reading, like I'd say half an hour before I decided to do my, well, I knew I was going to do a reading, but I went to Roberto's and I got cheese enchiladas with beans and rice. So I was eating, and I'm happy that you don't see enchiladas and just ate because it was good. And that's why I'm still drinking horchata. Yeah, it's yummy. Anyways, so we have the Lover's card here. So we have double Empress energy, and we have the Lover's card again. And then, oh my God, wow. And then the Hierophant is at the bottom. So we have huge Taurus energy. We have triple Taurus energy here because Empress is Taurus as well. Empress for me is Taurus Libra, preferably both, prominent placements in both, right? But also Taurus or Libra, but Lovers is Gemini energy. So, wow, I'm going to use, okay. So now I know why I was like, well, I'm not even going to use these other cards. I wasn't planning on it. Oh, before I do that, let me read what the book from the Little Prince says about these cards. Because I got that. I want to read this all from the book. So let's see. What does it say about the Lover's card? Did you guys watch that cartoon, The Little Prince? Oh my God, if you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. is so powerful. And it's like, wow. Like you can learn so much about life if you will look at that movie. If you haven't watched it, you're cheating yourself because you're woke, you're spiritual, and you're going to get a hella downloads watching that movie. It says, The Lovers is about love and choice. Here the little prince may be over identifying with his rose. He may be stuck by the arrow of Cupid, and he may make the choice to fly. So he's, in this definition, it's saying that he's over identifying with his rose, and they use the word stuck, and so I feel like maybe he's becoming too involved in the rose. Wow. And he may make the choice to fly. Oh, and we are talking about a payoff, right? So maybe somebody's going to make an important decision to change their circumstances in regards to as a result of this payoff, right? Yeah. Let's see what the Ace of Wands has to say, because we have the Ace of Wands at the bottom. Let's see what this book says about the Ace of Wands. All right. Oh, let me show you the picture. I like showing you the picture while I'm reading. Okay. A yellow snake curls. That snake looks green to me, so okay. It looks green to me, I don't know. A yellow snake curls around a wand with budding green leaves that runs the entire height of the card. The Ace of Wands invites our innermost spirit along a new path. A spiritual journey awakens, and the sacred serpent calls us to shed our skin and renew. Okay, so I see that we're channeling beautifully again today, and I love that. Now, I don't have the book for these decks. When I bought these decks, I did not know that they were going to be without books, and they were going to be like mini versions of the original publication. And I will be buying the full size of these decks, but I haven't yet. I'm really excited about that because they're already showing me, I think it's going to happen for January, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did it earlier, because those of you who watch the Divine Download, we've been using the Tarot 3D and the Pictorial Key Tarot to do the Divine Downloads every day. And so what I've been shown a while back and they've been preparing me for is those two decks are going to change. So the format of the Divine Download, well, as far as which decks I'm using, is going to change. And they've shown me that it's going to be, again, a large deck and a small deck because it's really effective having the same imagery to use for the major energy for society plus what's happening in the experience. So I'm just here shuffling these combined wild unknown animal spirits and the wild unknown tarot in my hand, and I'm just putting one card on each of the cards that came out. So let's see what we've got. Now it's interesting because every card, so there are actually more of the black backed cards in this, which is the wild unknown tarot. Then there are the white backed cards, which is the animal spirits. And every card that came out of, because I put one on each of those 4 decks, and they're all from the animal spirits. They're face down. All I can see is the backs. Wow, on the bottom of the deck is also one of those. So the beavers build dams. Okay, and not having the book is like, with these decks, is really super intuitive for me because, I have some animal knowledge and awareness of natural, etc. But I don't know everything. So Spirit is kind of gives me stuff. So the first thing I get was beavers build dams. A dam is a blockage that stops the natural flow of water. Now it does serve a purpose because people then, I'm thinking of the Hoover Dam we have here in Las Vegas. People can draw from that dam. So there's been a blockage of emotion in order to create a resource. Oh, okay. So what I'm getting is this is you choosing to pull back and reserve. Okay, reserve and create a stockpile of power for yourself, emotional stability, and this was like maybe you poured out your cup of love all over somebody, right? Or your power all over a situation or a relationship or a business or a job or whatever, what have you. So the beaver built a dam, and he's sitting there looking at the dam, and he's looking thick and juicy right now because he's full. He has reserved, he's built a stockpile for himself of energy, of of power, by reserving back, pulling back emotionally, and refilling, right? Refilling his own reserves, his own stockpile. So I feel like this is you, and you have been refilling your stockpile. Now, the other thing that I'm getting is the beaver works with wood. He uses wood, branches, and trees. So, okay. So, in my own intuitive symbolism that I've gotten, the trees always represent like our ancestors and such. So what I'm getting, since the beaver uses fallen branches and trees and stuff, like is the way it's being shown to me anyway. And they grab these little pieces and they build this dam with it, right? So it's like you're using the resources given to you by the ancestors. You're using resources. So this is like, the way you're doing this is either spiritual ability, or you could be literally like learning the lessons from your ancestors, your family members, your parents, your grandparents. Like, for example, saying, I saw my mother do this, and as a result, I'm going to choose to do that because I saw how my mother doing this worked out for her. So I'm going to instead choose to do that, because I'm going to learn from her mistakes, or father or grandfather or auntie, cousin, uncle. I don't know. And then some of you aren't even like consciously relating it to a specific person. It's just this instinctual draw to do whatever it is you're doing the specific way you've been doing it, because it's like part of your ancestral line. And so, like, for example, lately, oh my God, so what they're giving me, wow, okay, this is awesome. So what they're giving me is, it's just like you, Melinda, with the Palo Santo. Lately, we've been having you burn a lot of Palo Santo. And you're like, I don't know why. Yeah, that's what that is. It's like your ancestors calling through to use the Palo Santo, right? And there's that wood energy again, right? So it's like you could be doing some ritual stuff, ritualistic, instinctually. It's like, it's just, you're not, like, for example, I'm not a practitioner of sorcery or shit. I'm a Melinda, and I just talk, and I just do whatever my spirit channels through me to do. And so likewise, it's like you are instinctually following this inner calling to use your tools and resources and the gifts from Gaia. Yes, the gifts from Gaia to stockpile your resources. Wow, that was a lot that came through that beaver card, you guys. A lot. And those cards were heavy to hold up there for so long. Why did I do that? Okay, I'm so excited to see what do we have with the payoff. I haven't looked. I haven't even peeked. You ready? Hold on. Before I do this, I want to see what you guys are talking about. You got a lot of comments in here. So Rizama says, that's right on. He's trying to deal with the anxiety of being a man when he's perfect the way he is. We are going to be working through his anxiety and depression. OMG, yes. I have to not show emotions or it triggers his emotions. I've been using Florida water to keep away the negative energy. My mom taught me. My grandma taught her that. Yay. I'll grab some sage incense for him. And Nomi says, yes, refining Ace of Cup with beaver energy, self-love. I agree. Nice, ladies. Awesome. Okay. You ready? Why do we have the payoff here? Oh, the camel is in reverse. Oh, look at that. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. I like. Mm. So what I'm getting, the camel, again, that whole reserves, right? So we had the beaver at the bottom of the deck, which is in every reading I do. That's always like foundational energy, where you're coming from, what has already been established is you were storing your reserves. The camel is in reverse, and he's coming to me in reverse today saying, I'm so full, I gotta pour it out. I gotta pour it out. So he's also coming to me as in the wow, okay. So he came through as the etheric clouds that we feed emotionally. We feed certain clouds of energy in the ethers that once they become full, turn into physical manifestations in our 3D experience. He's also coming through as, when it's a hot, dry, arid desert, this dude gets through it. So it's saying you've been through a time where you had to live off of your reserves because it was just dry out there. You was in the dry desert wasteland with nothing. And not a wasteland. They're saying it's not a wasteland. It's not a wasteland. I mean, okay, and this is coming through. Jesus went into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights and came back after he went through his dark soul of the night, in which he was tempted by the devil 3 times. Interesting. So it's like I'm hearing third time is a charm. Third time is a charm. I'm getting the period for number 40, right? With that whole Jesus story. The payoff in the camel in reverse, it's like this payoff is full. It's got to pay now because you've been through this period where you had to feed from your reserves and it did not go unnoticed. It was noticed. It was recognized. It's being recognized. I'm getting the word. Okay, so they're telling me to jumble the letters of the word camel, and I got first thing I got was Malik and Lamech and Meal C and Mel and Cam and Mac came. L came. Never done this before. Oh boy. So, we've never jumbled letters before like that. I also hear claim. I hear claim. Okay, guys, I just have to share what I'm laughing at. Risamus is getting all freaky in the comments. She's like, I felt sexual energy from the beaver, and camel looks like a cat upside down. And she says, he came. Yeah. I get a strong Beavis and Butthead energy right now off of you. I'm just saying. Okay, and that's all right. All right, let's see what came out from the muse with our first Empress who came out. Empress. We have the hummingbird. The hummingbird. I hear this. Heart beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubts, all of my whatever. One step closer. I see a heart. The hummingbird can move like no other bird. There's not another bird that can maneuver like the hummingbird. And this hummingbird's heart beats so fast. And that's part of why it's able to flitter around like it does. It's like, it's giving me that whole Muhammad Ali. What did he say? Sting like a bee. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that whole sting like a bee thing. Wow. No, the hummingbird is giving me big, it's giving me the energy of cutting straight to the heart and sucking out the sweetness. Okay. The hummingbird. I'm also getting sound therapy. So somebody's singing. Somebody's payoff has to do with singing. With your singing, you're going to see big payoff because of your singing. This would be like somebody who's in the music industry watching my tarot channel, and all of a sudden y'all see that I'm singing with Rihanna or something. That'd be fucking dope. I'm just saying. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody who... So I get the hummingbird because they're giving me the humming. No, 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 no. You know, and then I'm remembering. So what I saw with that humming was watching Keisha Cole do her vocal warm-ups while I'm doing her pedicure, right? And she's about to do a concert. The hummingbird energy, though, it is in the center of the light. It brings the light with it. It brings the light with it. So it's interesting because the hummingbird, it sucks out from the flowers. Yet the way I'm seeing it is as it sucks out from the flowers, it leaves the residue of its light. So what I'm getting from this is, there is the energy of commingling with somebody, especially because the reason I was talking about sexual energies, right? There's a commingling energy, and there's the energy of an energy exchange. We have the 6 of materials at the bottom of the deck. Dun, dun, dun. It goes perfectly. The energy exchange, and it's like the more, this is going to sound a little bit raunchy, ladies. No wonder it's coming out in the tarot overnight. The more they get of your juice, the more light they get. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So it's almost like sexual healing. No, it's not almost like it, because I've gotten that message before. Like, you think sexual healing is just a song with cool lyrics. No, dude, it's like a thing. It's like a real literal thing. There's sexual healing because there's an energy exchange in that act. But the hummingbird doesn't stay in that place for long. It's kind of like... So I also get the energy here of, this Empress being very busy, moving around, hit this, hit that, doing this, doing that, doing the other. And usually in a bird feeder, you leave some bird seed. If you have a hummingbird feeder, it's like this syrupy, I guess. It's like syrup. It's liquid, though. It's liquid, right? So it's like this Empress energy is creating, but it's like it's different. what it consumes to create is different. Interesting. Hello, Lee. Liquid sugar. Liquid sugar. Where did I get lemonade from? Did I read something about lemonade? Where did I get something from lemonade? Was it in the Muse? Hold on, you guys. Like something very important is coming together here. Uh-huh. She muses, what a wonderfully perfect day for some lemonade. The Empress. Here, okay. Now I have a card that I made for my Oracle deck, and it said, what did it say? When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. But without the sugar, which is love, all you have is lemon water, which serves a purpose as well. I mean, lemon water is very detoxifying. It's good, it's clean, but it ain't lemonade, baby. I'm just saying. Okay. So we have the Empress and the Hummingbird. So I think the biggest thing with this Hummingbird energy being with the Empress is like, look, you're getting this payoff because you are the light. And it's like, not only are you, it's like you're just consuming sugar water and you're making lemonade with it. So it's like maybe because see, the hummingbird is it's the orb of light surrounded by darkness, right? And so I feel like you're injecting the sugar into the darkness around you. You're putting the love out there, right? So of course you got a payoff coming your way. It's like the energy of what you put out comes back to you. And the Six of Materials at the bottom of the deck is like, you have invested wisely because your payoff is coming from what you've invested in. And with the bottom of the OG words of clarity, it says spiritual services are successful. What you've invested in spiritually, on point. That shit is finna come back. It's about to yield results. You need to have faith in what you've been working on. Okay. And it's like you're at this point where you might be ready to just literally completely give up and walk away from it. All right, clarifying our other Empress that came out of the other deck, we have the Black Egg. I do remember Lemon Kush, the Black Egg. The O at top means this is spirit energy. The Black Egg. The Black Egg is giving me mystery. The black coming out of the darkness. It's giving me a mystery energy. You're birthing something and you don't even know what it is. It's like I've been investing in providing these spiritual services. I've been doing this for spiritual reasons. I've been filling up my own self, and I've been devoting my energy to being of service in these ways spiritually. And I've been patient, and it's like, you're not exactly sure where this is taking you, but it's real. And within that unknown is something really beautiful because it's from spirit. Notice that it is surrounded by the same type orb of light as this hummingbird. That's something else I'm getting. In this deck, the Empress is so obviously pregnant, and the Empress does mean pregnancy as well. Like I said, she's mother energy, but pregnancy, when you're reading cards and doing spiritual work, is not always physical, literal human babies. This is like birthing new businesses, new ideas, new partnerships, new whatever, fill in the blank, anything pretty much. It needs to come to birth. So it's like, she is so round in the belly. It's time to deliver the baby. Wow. Payoff time. Let's look at what came out with our Lovers card. The Gazelle. Okay, so the first word that's coming through as I look, because remember, I don't have the book. I've never read the book for these. With the gazelle is the consciousness. Look at that sun sitting perfectly behind the head of the gazelle. It's like ready and at attention. You've got my full attention now. So I feel like, well, some of you, I feel like this isn't another person, right? And they're coming into this grand awakening. Now, they're still sitting in the same place, but the consciousness is being awakened. They're beginning to see the other perspective. I hear beginning to find some balance, but before they can get there, I feel like there were, the way they're showing me is like this gazelle just came from running a fucking lot. And it just needs to lay down lay down in the grass for a while and just chill, so it can collect its thoughts, because there's all this new awareness, new enlightenment coming through for this gazelle. And with this gazelle clarifying the Lovers, I just feel like this person is making a very wise and balanced decision based on new awareness, based on what they've learned. And they're just taking, I'm hearing, we just needed some downtime. We just needed some downtime. Wow. I want another deck of cards. I sure do. I'm surprised don't have any more sitting here on this table with me. But give me a second. I'm gonna go grab another deck of cards because I want to do another spread to tell us more about what we've pulled already, because it's still, we know that we have a payoff. We know that we're birthing something new. We know that it's because of our light. We know that we're shining our light in a dark place. We know that we have pulled back and stored up our reserves. We know that our spiritual services are successful. So let me go get another deck. Hold on. Okay. I gotta get back in my spot. All right, so I brought two decks with me. I got the Light Seers and I got the Oracle of Mystical Moments. All right, let's see. I want to see, I mean, don't you want to know a little bit more? Let's look. I want to know a little bit more. So we have this beautiful set of cards. We have the payoff. We've got the double Empress energy. We've got the Lover's energy. We've got the Hierophant. I mean, let me just say this. If you wanted to know if you're going back to your lover, some of you are, because you believe in what you've invested in with them so far. And I feel like you may have in the past been very committed to a specific outcome as far as being in this type of commitment, being married, etc., and trying to hold on really tight and trying, but yet and still maybe that person was holding back some emotions. Oh, wow. Oh, I just got a whole nother story while I'm shuffling this Light Seers Tarot, shuffling this energy into the Light Seers. Okay, whoa, okay. That is a whole nother story I just got. Okay. So what I just got was, they asked me, what if the Wild Unknown decks and those last 4 cards that we placed with all the animal spirits over the top was the other party, and the first 4 decks we used was all you? If that's the case, wow, this is choking me up. No, I've been doing a little bit of that lately, but I'm okay. If that's the case, then what I would venture to say is this person, because this is going to resonate highly for somebody. And by the way, the first card fell out, so I'm supposed to stop shuffling. So this person has been holding back a lot of their emotions. I get that they're a little bit shy and they have a hard time going for what they want and trusting in their own emotions. So that is, yeah, that's the other person. Wow. Hold on, guys. Just saw it. Gotta acknowledge this synchronicity because the Lover's deck. I'm sorry, the Lover's card is below the Beaver. And the Lovers came out from the last deck. So, okay. Somebody is definitely dealing with Gemini energy. Okay. In this situation with this Lovers felt very unsuccessful. And part of the reason why is because this person has had a hard time doing what they want to do. It's interesting the way they're showing me the Beaver right now. Like, he's round around the middle because he doesn't allow his solar plexus chakra to be utilized in the way it wants to, and so it's stifled, and so weight is retained around the middle. So if you're dealing with a person who is round around the middle, part of the reason they're round around the middle is because they don't follow the calling of their spirit. They don't take action. They don't follow the inspired action that their spirit is giving them, and so they're retaining a lot of weight around the middle. And some of you may say, well, I got around middle. Okay, that's fine. You need to be concerned about addressing any solar plexus chakra issues. So if that is you, you should definitely do some investigation on what the solar plexus chakra deals with, and look into doing some healing meditation while you're either wearing yellow, thinking yellow, using those chakra point ideas, colors, etc., sounds, And I'm also getting overnight, play lowly in the background some solfeggios or binaural beats to cleanse and activate the solar plexus chakra. Okay, back to this person. This person has a very difficult time following through with what they really want to. Okay, because they sit in the dark. They sit in the shadow energy. This person has not spent much time in the sun, in the light. This person hasn't spent much time in positive energy. So because they've been surrounded by so much darkness, they have a hard time seeing the light. Now, here's the other thing I'm getting. Your payoff is coming because this person, the camel retains water. Water is emotion, right? So this person, your payoff is coming because you help this person release some emotions that have been pent up for a long time while they were in this dark night of the soul. This camel is in the dark night. And in the dry, arid environment that they've been living in this unkind, harsh energy that they've been living in. So you help them purge some energy that needed to be purged. Now, over the muse, we had the hummingbird. So because they have interacted with you, they're looking to you. They're very busybody. They move a lot. They could be antsy and fidgety and such, but they because they watch you in your light and they watch you protect your light, they are beginning to radiate their own lights. Now, this is the thing. This part is a little bit, I'm hoping for more clarity to come through right now would be great, because it's like this black egg was supposedly dead. This is what I got. Okay. I got to give it the way I got it. When I think of the black egg right now, I'm thinking of it like the ugly duckling is coming through right now. Thank you for that. I like that a lot better than what I was getting. Because when I first saw the black egg and they gave me this download about this other way to read these cards, they said that the black egg, it was like dud, you know? The dud. It was like a dud. Supposedly it was a dud. But there's light. Oh, wow. You want to know what's inside the black egg? This little hummingbird is growing inside of there. Okay, so this is interesting. This little hummingbird is growing inside of there. And the ugly duckling, right? The ugly duckling comes into this beautiful swan, is what it turns out to be. Swans mate for life. They that's what I heard. Swans mate for life. So, out of something dark that appeared to be a dud, that appeared to be dead, there is life within it. And this is bright light within it, and it is coming out now. We identified for some of you that this Lover's card here is who you're thinking about. Well, if this is who you're thinking about, it appears that they are thinking about you too. I also see in this, as you focus with love and healing energy and passion towards this one, and it is grounded in, you know, that place of, I really want what's best for you. I love you. Like, I love you so much. And you overflow from your overflow. Because we talked about everything we talked about relevant, right? We talked about reserving our stockpile so we had it to overflow. And maybe that's what you reserved it to overflow to. Maybe you had to take a break and separate yourself for a moment from this one and just deal with them in the realm of the 5D, through thought, through consciousness, through spirit. That energy is coming through in these two cards too. Because it's like, if they are the Lover's card in the first grouping, then you would be the gazelle in the second grouping. Therefore, it's like, you know that they're still thinking about how much they love you and trying to hold on to you and holding on to you. And you know that even though you're not holding on to anything, you're just sitting there not doing anything, your love and in your consciousness is always there with them as well. So that's interesting. All right. You cash apped me, you know me? Ooh. Thank you. For a great reading. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you for your what was it, $14? Thank you so much. $13. Thank you so much. That's that death card energy. Full transformation. That's what this feels like, because you're showing up here in this experience as with an ending. With an ending. The Ten of Swords. Somebody did this recently. You went to a place, maybe it was a beach, right? And took a walk in the breeze. The Ten of Swords is, ending, and Swords is the thoughts. So this is letting go of ideas. It's like that idea does not serve anymore. That idea, I need to let go of that idea. So in this situation, there's yeah, that's not gonna work. It's just not. That I'm done worrying about that. I can't think about that anymore. I gotta just leave that whole idea alone. I did talk about for someone like there was a deciding to let go of some ideas of commitment and marriage, right? Because you needed to, you went through a transformation, you went through a change, and it changed some of your ideas of what commitment looked like. And I feel like you took a step back, just took a step back. So let's see if the Ten of Swords is how you're showing up. What's crossing you? Hello, orange peels. What is crossing you is, wow, the Ten of Cups, because you let go of this certain restrictive energy. Now there's all this love here, and your cups are overflowing. So we go from the final thought, and I feel like this is recent past energy. It's like, yeah, recent past. Present energy is Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like pure bliss. Oh, there's the two ladies sitting on the rainbow. Two ladies sitting on the rainbow in a beautiful embrace, watching the two children play. So somebody's spending some time as a family, watching the kids play with heart. Now, interestingly enough, I want you to see these two cards side by side the way I'm looking at them right now. Yeah. Oh shoot! I forgot this. Two cards over here fall down. Okay, I'm going to talk about those in a second. I've forgotten all about them because I was looking at this so hard. The Ten of Swords and this Ten of Cups. Look at the way the birds, it looks like the birds turn into the cups. So there's a shift here from going from thought-based to emotion-based. Dropping out of your head into your heart. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Don't you remember that the mind is just regenerating data that it's collect and populating it and spitting it back out to you? Is going from your head space and dropping into your heart space, going completely from logic and then going into completely emotion. And what's happening with that? Well, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles shows a huge growth energy in this. And now, because of this, that black egg looks like a seed, right? And it looks like the seed that's growing here. And so we have somebody who's been focusing energy to help this plant grow. And then, so that was so important. But at some point, it's like, okay, it's just going to grow on its own time. Let me just go have fun for a while. I'm going to go twirl a baton and frolic and frolic. Is frolic a word? Frolic and frolic. In this cool breeze, and her jacket is standing out. So it's like, as the weather is getting cooler, during the hot summer months, I did a lot of energy healing over here. I focused a lot on making sure that my seeds would survive the heat of summer. Now, it's not so hot as it was before. And the heat and the temperature that I'm talking about is showing up as the external challenge, the intensity of whatever the situation is. And so it's like throwing so much caution to the wind, and I'm gonna go frolic and frolic for a while. So this is like as you go from your head space, drop into your emotion space, you realize that you've done everything you can do. You give it up to the universe, because growth is going to happen when growth happens. Growth is just that. It's growth. It's a natural occurrence. You cannot force the growth. It's going to happen in perfect divine timing. You cannot rush it. You cannot change it. And we're definitely not going to curse the plants, because it's not grown all the way yet. We're not going to go out there with the hacksaw and chop down my little tiny baby strawberry plants that I've been working on growing for so long. So what I did in my garden, like I'm talking about my real garden, I started a garden, and so I took strawberries that my daughter had brought from the market, and I sliced them up and I buried them in the dirt, and I got little tiny baby sprouts coming up out of the ground, and they're strawberries because that was all that I planted there. And so this is coming up like, you know, you had to, oh God, another one of my oracle cards coming through. It had to heal before it could grow. It had to heal before it could grow. And in order to heal, it had to crack open. They're showing me the seed has to crack open for this black egg to become this swan. After becoming the ugly duckling, it must first crack open, right? So there was this cracking open phase. Now we got your attention. Okay, these cards are saying so much. There's so much going through. Now we've got your attention. Now you're paying attention. Now you're paying attention to everything that I've been taught you. And I'm getting, for some of you, the paying attention to everything that you have been taught was when we were not in immediate presence. Okay, and now it's growing. It's above ground. It is growing. And so there's this huge celebration, excitement energy of this new adventure. It's like somebody's really excited because they know they're about to have a new adventure, because, they finally got in touch with their emotions. They let go of a lot of old baggage. And I'm hearing with that Ten of Swords, resentments and hurts and feelings of betrayal and such. So the hidden blessing in this, I feel, is the growth, the divine time coming up to growth. The big challenge is to remain in this, ready for a new adventure, carefree, frolicking and frolicking energy, and to sustain that. That's the big challenge. What is going on here? Wow. In the environmental influence, we have that Hierophant energy, which was at the bottom of the deck. It's like all those life lessons. So if you feel like you're the more the teacher in this situation, all the life lessons that you shared with this person did hit home, and they're about to. That's what the payoff is, because we did talk about spiritual services are successful. So it's like the big payoff comes in all those beautiful lessons that you taught are finally being embraced. So this is reminding me of a friend of mine who, when I began to really learn the laws of the universe and began to deliberately choose a better path of thought, of feeling, of expression, of existing, one that would more cast the spells, use the words and the energy over my life of what I actually wanted to experience and live and would enjoy, right? Would enjoy, would find more pleasurable. So I began to really share that and constantly telling my friends, well, you can't say, you could have said it this way would be better. You know what I'm saying? So I had this one friend of mine, I didn't talk to her. I didn't hear from her really for about a period of at least a year and a half. I want to say it was definitely at least a year and a half, possibly quite longer, up to 3 years. But when I did hear back from her, it was interesting because she contacted me. She wanted to hang out. And so we hung out, and she says to me, all those times you told me all that stuff you're telling me, you got on my fucking nerves. That's why I didn't talk to you. But after what I've been through, I began to realize that everything you ever told me was true. So what we have happening here is you gave so much energy and you were so committed, and the only thing you could do was release. You taught by example. You did the work yourself. You were there, you were there, you were there. And at some point this person was so used to being without that they wouldn't even embrace what was there. But then little by little it began to take root, and now it's beginning to show, so let's see what else we have coming out. Oh my gosh, Orange Pill says, pinged you on Zelle and love to go next. I'm in a bit of a tough space, experiencing a lot of conflict, and I feel so defeated. Okay, so are there healing insights that can help me more through this? We would love to do a question for you. So, okay, our advice in this situation. I do feel like what you need to do, though, Orange Peels, they're telling me, I know you just kind of came in partially through this, but they're also saying make sure that you rewind once this whole video is uploaded and complete. Go back and watch it from the beginning, because I feel like there's so much in every video that I do. I don't care if we're talking shit or if we're talking in the light or the dark or whatever my energy is, like the profound. Okay, anyway, stop. Just stop. They get it. Okay. Advice. The Seven of Swords comes out in reverse. Now, the Seven of Swords is telling me a lot right now. It appears that Spirit is advising you to, it's like sneak away right now. You're being advised by Spirit to sneak away for a little while. There's an energy within this person that needs to be slain in their own. They're the ones that has sees, like, Eight of Wands, communication. Spirit is saying, yeah, you need to, like, not, yeah, go ghost, go incognito, go inaccessible for a while. You need to be inaccessible for a while for these lessons to continue to set in. Okay, they're telling me to read from the Light Seers book for this card, because apparently there's some reverse energies in this. I just got this big deck. So the same thing happened with these deck, the Light Seers Tarot that I had before I had the little one. And it didn't come with a book, so I never had the book. But this has Shadow Seer, so they want me to read the Shadow Seer. There's something in this Shadow Seer, because this is our advice, right? So there's something in the Shadow Seer energy that's in print that we're supposed to pick up on. This is lying to yourself or to others, a need for perspective and honesty, secrets, something stolen, taking more than your fair share, being held back by imposter syndrome are the keywords for Shadow Seer energy in the reverse. Okay. Lying to yourself or to others. So what I'm getting from this is, like, yeah, you don't need to, first off, you don't need to tell all that you know. Second off, the advice is for you to withdraw a little bit, maybe not offer so much energy, make yourself scarce. There it is, make yourself scarce. That resonates very strongly. It's like sneaking away, making yourself scarce. And this is like what's advisable right now, because what's happening is all these major life lessons of the Hierophant, because those are life lessons. Those life lessons are sinking in right now. Now, I just picked up a bunch of cards that I kind of dropped them on the floor. But one of them I looked at, And I'm going to put it back in the deck, but it's the Lover's card. Again, this is the third time the Lover's card makes an appearance from another deck. Yes, but it is so. Let's get an outcome energy for this experience. And then tonight, because I've already been talking for an hour and a half, and it is like probably about 4:30 in the morning my time, I will only be offering mini readings to those who sent their donations in. So thank you for your donations. Let's see, what is the outcome energy? Here we go. Oh, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Now, Four of Pentacles in reverse for me is an opening up card. It's the opening up your heart energy as it applies to love. Opening up. The Four of Pentacles is a shutting down. The Four of Pentacles in reverse is opening up. It's opening up energy. It's opening up space. It's letting go. Letting go. It's like, if you love it, let it go. If it returns to you, it was always yours. If it doesn't, it never was. Or however that phrasing, that whole thing goes, right? So there's an opening up energy. This is about opening up energy by releasing restrictions. This is about an opening up of somebody's heart. We spoke about that. This is about opening up of their consciousness. We spoke about that. So this is, I feel strongly about opening up a big, this is about opening up consciousness. I'm going to just be frank with you. This is about opening up consciousness. And some of you had a divine partner that you've been working with, that you have stimulated the opening up of consciousness within. And that's a big part of what's been going on here. So, let me go. Thank you for your $5 donation, Risa Mas. Reading from Orange Pills. I got your $10. Thank you so much, Danielle. Orange Pills, yes. Okay. So, what else do I have here? I just want to make sure. Okay. So let's get... that must be why I have the Oracle of Mystical Moments here. This is for you guys. So we're going to start with a card for... Hold on, let me get the... Oh, Nomi. For Nomi. Nomi, thank you so much for your $13 donation. Let me pull an Oracle of Mystical Moments card for you. And of course, I'm going to use the book for you all. I'll see if whatever channel that comes, right? And then I will read from the book for you. So, Nomi, for you, the card that's coming through is the Perfect Key. The Perfect Key. It's card number 29. 29. Something significant happened in my life at 29. 2 is about partnerships. 9 is about endings. 2 is about duality. 9 is about completion. So, I get within a partnership, you have found a wholeness within yourself. Within a partnership, you have done all you can do. Within a certain duality, it's like everything is now gray because there's an ending in that duality. Now, this is all definitely a confirmation that you're on your path. And the number 11, 2 plus 9 equals 11, is showing me it's like the 2 white lines down the side of a highway. So it's like, keep journeying. You're journeying well. Keep moving forward. New things are going to be beginning for you. This could be new things in a partnership. This is if you're okay. So they're showing me if you So okay, so if you're single, the energy is whole for a partner to come in. If you're in a partnership, the energy is whole for the next level. So whatever way that comes through in your experience. But let me read what the book says for you about this perfect key. We have a heart with a lock, and it's inside of a cage. And the girl with the hat and the really short hair has a bird on her shoulder that has all the keys except for one. She's got one heart, one key that she's not giving away to anybody. She's got one key that she's keeping for herself, and not even this little cute little bird. You can't have my key. You can have your keys. So I get the energy of a friend. Oh, spirit guides. I heard spirit guides. There's one spirit guide that gives you a lot of access to a lot of information. And there's something very important about that key. So let's look at what the book has to say for you, Nomi. The perfect key. Happiness, encouragement, unlock feelings. This card shows a woman holding a key in one hand and a cage with a heart in it on the other. There's a bird sitting on the woman's shoulder, encouraging her to try different keys with his mouth. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm about done. Excuse me. Yet the woman has already found the perfect fitting key. She can open the cage and open her heart. Sometimes life is only a search for the right key. There are so many things that are hard for us to approach. We can have trouble accessing our own feelings. Thanks to friends and family, there are people who can help us find the lost keys to our personal happiness. Yes, friends and family and your spirit guides. Okay. So that is the message I have for you. And thank you so much, Nomi. And then we have, after you, we have orange peels. Orange peels. So orange peels, thank you for your $10 donation. Let's get a reading for you. Let's see. What is the perfect message that I can deliver to orange peels right now? You know what's needed. You know everything. We all know everything because we get access to that at all points in time. So there's a little sidebar message for you. And here's your card. It flipped over. It's the House of Flowers. Oh. There's two little tiny women there holding a giant leaf. And that house is huge compared to them. There is a whole lot of love and pure positive energy and growth, a huge amount of growth in this home. There's a lot of beauty in this home. There's so much love in this home that is overwhelming to those who don't know about love. We have the magic number 9 showing itself with the 36. 3 is the number of creativity for me. Vesica, Pisces, mother, father, child, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, all that. 6 is a number of flow, a regenerative flow, and a flow of that is increasing, an increasing flow. It is a number. I just got a download for the number 6, you guys. Wow. So they just said number 6 is a number that represents the sacred spiral of life, the fingerprint of God. So this is creating in harmony with your divine will and purpose. 3 + 6 = 9. This is wholeness. This is the last phase in a certain level before the leveling up, the expansion, the growth. This is the last part. Okay. But this house of flowers is already so huge. It's huge. Giant. And the growth there is enormous. So let's see. 36. What it says? 36. Power of nature. Joy of life. Diversity. Beauty. Out of this small white house on the top of a hill burst flowers, full of life and rich in colors. It is like an explosion. The two ladies walking by look tiny in comparison to the giant falling leaves. They enjoy the enormity of nature, the power of its diversity, but even a single bloom in a vase can transform a space. Each petal a world unto itself and a wonder of creation. This card signals love for life in this moment full of energy, beauty, and joy. Now, this card is also giving me the energy of it, what I heard. In other words, what I heard was the longer you draw out that energy and the more you sustain that feeling, the bigger it will get. In other words, that high vibrational love and joy and peace and happiness feeling in your love life, or in at whatever point of focus that you have, it will expand for you the more you oh, excuse me, the more you draw it out. It's like they're telling you to draw it out, let it keep growing, let it keep expanding. Okay, so now for Risamas. And this will be the last one for me tonight. I've already yawned on camera twice. That's not something that I do very often. So let's see. Risamas, what is the perfect message for Risamas for tonight? Thank you so much for your $5 donation. This one kind of stayed on my thumb. Lucky. The message for you. Ooh, touch the sky. Card number 32. Interesting. First thing I'm observing in this card, aside from her giant long braid, is she is above the sky. Risamas. I hear you've been able to rise above confusion. You've risen above the confusion. And you're giving me a big Rapunzel energy right now. You're like, and I shall extend down my super long braid of consciousness and conscious awareness to those who reside below the clouds so they might climb up my braid of consciousness and rise above the sky as well, just like me. It's a beautiful vantage point. Now I'm also hearing you have learned to zoom out. You have learned to zoom out. In other words, removing yourself from the nuanced details of a situation. It was so unproductive. So you learned how to, I hear, detach from your personal biases. Yes, detach from your personal biases in the experiences in order to see the larger perspective, in order to throw down that braid of conscious awareness down to those who are still living below the clouds. In other words, who are only understanding. They are not yet overstanding. When you are in your overstanding position, you understand the difference and you overstand the difference of this. You can see all sides of a matter. But because they are in the understanding position, there's a lot of ego driven intellect. And so you're using your long braid of consciousness in order to reach down into the confusion and help others to pull their way up out of it. Card number 32, 3, the number creativity, 2, partnerships, duality, working one-on-one. I hear one-on-one. So I feel like as you're extending this assistance, this help down to others, you're doing it on a one-on-one setting. It's like one person at a time. Maybe you have a project person or You know what I'm saying? One mentee at a time that you're working with directly to really help them elevate in their consciousness. Um, whether this is because you have different appointments with, for example, nail clients, right? And as you have your different appointments, there is a raising of vibration, and conversation with you just flows like that way anyway. So you, of course, you're gonna say some stuff that's gonna raise consciousness in them and help them to wake up, because this is who you are. This is how you be. So touch the sky. Well, their reading, I can tell you right now, is different than what I channeled, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. It says, lost in thoughts, isolation, sanctuary. A young girl with long braids looks down to earth from up in the skies. The small bird on her shoulder keeps her company in her cloud sanctuary. She is holding one of her braids like a lifeline, as if she is expecting somebody to climb up to her. Sometimes we are so overwhelmed by our feelings and sensations, we escape into a condition of withdrawal and separation. It is hard for other people to follow us there unless we give them a sign that they are welcome. So, again, extending that braid of consciousness, but it's like, I'm not going to chase after you. You're going to have to choose to rise up with me. I've provided the way, I've provided the tool. So that is the message that I gotten for you, Risamas. I hope that that all helped everybody. I'm so thankful and grateful to be of service. I look forward to reading all of your comments. I want to thank you all for all your donations. May all your donations multiply and return to you swiftly, under grace, in fun and beautiful ways. Thank you so much. Until next time, wishing you the energies of love and peace and happiness. Laters.